All right, everybody, can you hear us? This is Nia. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles,
Hello.
and we're going to talk about Robotech tonight. We're going to talk about Robotech. So if you're here for the Robotech, hopefully live stream with Harmony Gold VP of Marketing Kevin McKeever, and he just got done with a big panel over at Anime Expo out in California. Awesome. Say hi, Geeky.
I did say hi.
Say hi again, Geeky. They like
Hi,
you.
Geeky.
Right, but okay, this is here. So we got a full house. Kevin's gonna try to call in here. I know he just got out of the panel. Here's the thing: if you're not familiar with what's going on, the big news.
I know I'm not.
Yeah, Geeky is actually not.
like,
She's not familiar with the
you need
Robotech
to
situation.
Explain all of this to me.
Yeah, popcorn on. So we got some people who are happy and some people who are not happy. But this is
just another Friday.
it's just another Friday on CLOWNFISH TV. But Kevin is going to stop in to talk about Robotech, which is pretty cool. Okay, so the big news, and they actually did do an article on Den of Geek earlier, is that yes, Harmony Gold did extend the Macross license. They're going to be doing Robotech for a long time into the future. So, there are questions. A lot of fans have questions. They have questions regarding Macross, the other Macross series, and I don't know how much Kevin can actually talk about. And he's going to have to kind of fill us in, I think, on everything.
Someone's got to fill me in because I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. So you guys, you got questions already. Now we have to go through, and some folks are, we're going to ask them.
That's what we're here for, asking questions.
We're going to ask them questions. Queen Nice, thank you, didn't have to do that. And who else asked? Cesario. Again, thank you. I got that. We're going to ask these questions, and I'm going to try to pick some questions out here once we get them in here. Wasn't a lesson learned from the Robotech Academy Kickstarter fiasco? Original fans of the original material aren't willing to bank on nostalgia alone, and new fans have access. Okay, so these are questions we're going to put to Kevin when he gets in here, and hopefully, we can get some answers. I don't know what all he can talk about. But, people are worried about them. I know the biggest question everybody has been asking us, and I do not have an answer to, is will we get the original Macross, or will we get, the other Macross sequel series? I don't know. I don't know how much was discussed during the panel. I don't know how much is going to be discussed.
I feel like I'm just here for moral support.
You are. You're here.
I didn't even really watch these shows. So, I
mean, Geeky didn't.
It wasn't my thing. So I'm not gonna try to pretend that I'm not gonna be a fake geek girl here and pretend like I know all about it, because I honestly don't. So
I grew up. Look, 1980s. Robotech was actually my gateway anime. It was one of them. Robotech, Voltron, Star Blazers.
No, I watched Voltron.
Yeah. And back then we were blissfully unaware that these were actually repurposed from other shows. I mean, Robotech especially had, I think, probably the biggest makeover because they actually cobbled together multiple. Well, I guess they did with Voltron too, but
brushable hair,
and we didn't know. But I freaking loved it. I watched it.
Brushable hair in this show.
Can we get both Robotech and Macross? That's that's a good question. I don't.
Keeps asking. We don't know.
I'm trying to catch up. Like Kevin's like he called to get the number. Right, and he's like, it's so exciting. I'm like, okay, cool, what's going on? I have no idea what's going on. So I'm looking, and I'm out on the official Robotech Twitter, and we've got some toys, some new toys, which are pretty cool. I used to have some of the Matchbox toys.
Earbud down. Sorry.
I think Matchbox made the figures. They're like the G.I. Joe style figures. So we got lots of merchandise. We've got comics coming out.
Almost like brushable hair.
Yeah, so Amazon Prime has the subs of original Macross, Southern Cross, and Mosquito. So that's good.
I've heard of Southern Cross too.
Yeah, Southern Cross is, that was...
I just never watched these, so I'm not going to lie and say, oh, look, guys, all about this, even though I don't, because I really don't.
Well, actually, my favorite was actually New Generation Mosquito with Scott Bernard, and he had a transforming motorcycle. It was pretty badass. I had a Scott Bernard action figure when I was a kid.
Well, that explains one of our story points from where that came from in our comic, because I'm like, oh, that's where you got that from.
That was he was my fit. Yeah.
Now it makes sense.
The stream can only end well. Welcome to Clownfish TV, because this is what we do. This is what we do, folks.
I'm sorry, I said you should watch, and all I kept thinking was you said welcome to Clownfish TV, and I was going to be, you should be watching.
You should be watching. So there is a lot of information to take in. So Titan Comics is going to be doing, I don't know if they're doing the comics now, but they're going to be doing Robotech comics. I'm looking, because this is all news to me. I did know they were going to make the announcement. I had some inkling as to what the announcement was, but I did not know the whole story. So
Don't ask me.
You're going to have to ask Kevin, because I have no idea.
We're just warming up the room.
We're warming up the room. Do we got people in the room? We got
Yeah.
people in here? How many people we got in here?
I don't know. Like 90 some?
90 some. We'll get more.
Hope so.
It's Friday night, though, too. People are like, we're tired.
I'm tired.
We're tired on the East
I've been
Coast.
having to get up early every day this week to do a show. And I have to get up early tomorrow, too. And I'm just like, can I just go to bed? Because I don't understand this
90-ish.
anyway.
Robotech live action film.
Yeah, I saw that was mentioned.
Yeah, so we'll see. Well, if they can pull off Alita, a new comic. Have you heard of Robotics before? Robotics, yeah, I did hear Robotics. Robotics was like the construction.
Oh, my brother had those.
They were like the construction. They had a cartoon on. It was that. Was it Super Sunday? It was the Hasbro. They had.
Yeah, I remember.
They had like
Robotics.
a dinosaur-looking thing. And
I do. Yeah, my brother had those, and he used to build all kinds of crazy crap with that. Those and constructs. He used to have constructs and robotics. Sorry, I'm just like,
Yeah, Robotech, I watched it. I used to watch it on the Pittsburgh. Now, I don't remember who the guy was. I used to watch it on Pittsburgh TV in the afternoons. And I used to watch Transor Z, too, which was Mazinger.
Yeah, that one I know. I didn't watch it, but I know it.
And as a kid, I was really confused as to why the female robot had missile boobs and why they allowed this on TV. I'm like, oh my God, her boobs shoot missiles. This is the best show ever.
You're not allowed to have boobs now. That's against the rules.
Yeah, but
they frown upon breasts at this point.
But they actually had Transor Z and Robotech were on in the afternoon. I used to watch on the Pittsburgh, and I can't remember. There was a guy, the kids show host. Don't you remember? He was like a sailor. He was like a
Wait. So you watch a show that had a guy that was a sailor that then had a show with a woman mech that shot rockets out of her boobs, hosted by a sailor.
Yeah, I did.
Missed that.
It was the A's, but no, they had because Robotech was on, and I remember it was kind of like I had like a Doctor Who moment because it was
Bozo the Clown. I do remember Bozo the Clown.
It wasn't Bozo the Clown. It wasn't Bozo the Clown.
Popeye, Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I'm sitting here listening to this. He's like, and there was a sailor.
It wasn't. No, he was like a sailor dude. It was like
some
Mazinger.
robot
Yeah, it was Mazinger.
who shot rockets out of her
Hey,
boob.
Mutant Honey Candle Squid is here for the fireworks. The Robotech live action was in pre-production hell for 10 years.
Chesapeake.
Captain Chesapeake, was that him? Was that who he was? He was
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
I don't remember his name. I just remember he was like the sailor that used to introduce the cartoons in Pittsburgh.
That's like my dad. Okay, not that my dad's Captain Chesapeake, but my dad, we'll go places. Like we'll go to Grossville's or places, and he'll see somebody he knows, and I'll be with him, and then he knows them, but he doesn't remember their names. So we'll walk away, and he'll be like, "I went to school with that. Who was that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I wasn't there." I was like, I had no idea he went to school with.
Okay, I got a text from Kevin. He's parking his car, folks. He's parking his car. He's going to the hotel. He's dodging all the people.
That's him.
Google
Had
it.
a sea monster set.
Yes. Oh my God. I haven't watched that in years.
They want you to Google it on screen, I think.
Okay, we're gonna look this up since we're killing time. This is the pre-show. Captain Chesapeake.
This is a pre-show, folks.
Captain.
Am I like the girl that walks around the ring with the rounds?
Hell yeah, it was him. No, that's Baltimore. No, yeah, Pittsburgh. Captain Pitt. Oh, see, we got
Captain Pitt.
We got Captain Pitt. It wasn't him. We got Captain Pitt. So there was a Captain Chesapeake, and then his knockoff in Pittsburgh. We got the knockoff in Pittsburgh. Captain Pitt.
Of course, we got the Captain Pitt.
I want Captain. Now I gotta look up Captain Pitt, because that's where he used to introduce Robotech.
I never saw any of this.
He's a total knockoff of Captain Chesapeake. He's the same dude. Yeah. So he was He was.
I don't
I'm
know.
looking. Yeah. No.
I don't know who this is.
I just remember
me.
Sailors and Robots. Okay.
People are coming in. They're gonna be like, "We're trying. We can't do anything until the guy gets here." So, anyway,
Kevin is on his way, folks. He's on his way.
yes,
but
Astro Boy has butt guns. Well, you know,
Astro Boy
I
does
know
have
some
butt
people
guns.
have butt guns, but that's
Astro
a
Boy does
different
have
kind of butt
guns.
gun.
I'm trying to remember. Did they do that in that CGI Astro Boy movie? I don't remember. Nicolas Cage. It was very odd. I did see him once. It wasn't very good. I don't remember if he had.
I saw it once.
I don't remember if he had ass cheek.
See, I don't even remember because it was. I don't remember. I don't.
Boomer
I care,
content.
I care so much.
This is boomer
content. I don't
content.
remember any of this.
I'm old enough to remember when Robotech was new. I am. I was like 7, I think.
Well, now you're telling how old you are.
I know. I was not very old. That's why I don't remember Captain Freaking Pitt, because
that was his middle name.
Captain Freaking Pitt, who introduced
his middle name.
Robotech, and he was a boomer too. He didn't know what the hell he was talking about. He's like, "Oh boy, boys and girls."
I'm not a boomer, and
it's like a SpongeBob SquarePants pirate. Okay. Well, you mentioned how Harmony Gold tried blackmailing the creators of BattleTech. I'm not going to mention that.
We don't
but
know
if
what's
you want to
going on.
ask them about BattleTech, feel free. You are allowed to. Yeah, actually, believe it or not. Okay, so
I don't even watch this show.
So my mom's house, we had the Pittsburgh, but I used to actually watch Bozo the Clown show more than anything, and it was on Chicago.
Bozo the Clown.
I like Bozo the Clown.
I like Bozo. Okay.
I love Bozo the Clown.
You were coming in like, what?
No,
what?
I liked Bozo the Clown. Bozo the Clown was, he had the grand prize game, and these kids got all these kick-ass G.I. Joe toys for putting a ping pong ball into a popcorn bucket.
What color hair did Bozo have?
Red.
Okay, so now he's gonna not have red hair anymore. He's gonna be blonde or brunette.
He's gonna be blonde.
To be Asian now.
Oh,
It'll
boy.
be
Star Blazers, yeah. Well, that's why I thought, Robotech was, look, I mean, it was definitely a gateway anime for me. So,
Every time I hear someone say gateway something, I'm just like, I think of like people doing like something bad in the back corner. It's like, it's a gateway.
Going to try and call in on Skype. Does it not work? Okay, we're trying to get Kevin in the room here. Does it not? Okay.
I'm just here for moral support. And because there's not going to be much brushable hair here, so.
Okay, so I'm trying to get him into the room here, guys. Kevin's on his way.
I have no dog in this because I really honestly have never watched it. So
I'm going to have to find those super chats then. It might be lagging for you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so it won't be the same.
I don't know.
It won't be the same. What's not going to be the same? What's not going to be the same? I guess we should talk about.
I don't know.
Robotech's
talk about it because I have no idea what's what. So
yeah,
I'll just sit here and be cute and
Nobody can see you being cute.
No one can see you being cute.
Take my word for it. She's cute.
I'm the booth babe, but no one can see it now.
Look, everybody, it's Jetfire. It is. It was Jetfire.
Oh, I don't know.
Which confused me as a kid too, because we're watching Transformers and they have Skyfire, and then we got Jetfire.
Hello.
Oh, hey. Hello.
Hey, Kev. Hello. Are you guys there?
We are there. It didn't even ring. This is Kevin McKeever from Harmony Gold.
Hey, if I could do a Dr. Nick impersonation. Hi, everybody. I mean, it's great to be here. My apologies, guys. Just so you know, we're doing this on the fly here. So I apologize. Can you hear me fine?
Well, let me check.
We can hear.
Yeah, let me check and see if everybody can hear you, Kevin.
Because sometimes they can't.
Okay.
Okay. There's like a 15-second lag, so we're gonna see. Can everybody hear Kevin?
Can everybody hear me? Hello.
See, no brushable hair and Star Blazer bitches. Can everybody hear Kevin? Did you hear Kevin?
They're not saying.
Nobody's saying anything. They're talking to each other about Star Blazers.
I like Star Blazers too, so it's okay.
Yeah, I do like. Hello, Kevin. Okay.
Can you
hear Kevin?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear Kevin? Maybe if we had Kevin hum the Robotech theme song. Okay, they said yes.
No, they said they can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me now. Okay.
Harmony Gold presents Kevin McKeever.
Yeah.
VP of Marketing from Harmony Gold. Thank you, Kevin, for joining us. You've had a busy day.
Guys, first off, thanks for having me on, and let me tell you, these past 2.5 hours have just been insane. I mean, My gosh, holy cow. And I want to thank, folks, before we begin, I want to thank everyone who's shown up in the chat, who's here to talk. I appreciate it. I know there's some critics in the audience. I want to specifically welcome you guys. I appreciate you taking the time to sit down and listen to what I have to say.
Okay, awesome. Well, now everybody's like really going here, Kevin. So do you want to give? Now I'm gonna have to go back. Whoa. Okay. So we got a lot of people like hitting us with super chats already, which I really appreciate. Thank you so much. Should we just get a couple of questions out of the way here first, and then you can maybe give us a recap of the panel?
Please.
Okay.
Sure.
And I don't know if you can answer these or not. Let me go. I'm gonna go all the way to the top because we have people actually hitting us up during.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Cesario asks. Okay. And again, answer what you can answer. But this is what they're asking. In the 35 plus years of Robotech's history, it has rarely gone past sporadic actions of various means. Why is Harmony Gold continuing to sink money in an IP that has produced little material and massive fan scorn?
This is a great question. One, why does Harmony Gold continue to quote unquote sink money? It's because the Robotech IP is very valuable and it makes quite a lot of good revenue. The Robotech brand is very popular. And I understand when people say, oh, there's fan scorn. Now, in some quarters, there is criticism of Robotech, but in many other quarters, Robotech's quite well liked and quite well respected. And that's why Harmony Gold sticks with it, because we have just tons of fans who all want to buy products and see new animation and and see the live action movie and all that other stuff. So, it's easy to get wrapped up in a bubble where you see, oh, Harmony Gold sucks and Harmony Gold's evil and Harmony Gold's the root of all badness and they do this stuff. But, that's only like a bubble and whatnot. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of fans who quietly like the show and they enjoy it immensely. And, and just so you know, we have our critics out there and we appreciate your feedback. And I'm more than happy to answer your stuff. And I appreciate that question, by the way, too. That's a very good question. I had the mystery box to give you an awesome prize.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to move on. We got a couple more here, and these people have been waiting very patiently. Queen Nidus, wasn't a lesson learned from the Robotech Academy Kickstarter fiasco. I don't know anything about that. Original fans of the original material aren't willing to bank on nostalgia alone, and new fans have access to Macross and every other better mecha series. I'm just relaying the message, Kevin.
No. I appreciate that. That's actually a good question. The Robotech Kickstarter, yes, did it not reach its goal? Absolutely. You're absolutely right. But you know what, folks? Just based on really a name, Robotech Academy, that Kickstarter still...
Oh.
Hello?
Did we lose you?
Did we lose Kevin? I think we lost Kevin.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's see. Where are we going here? Did we lose Kevin? Can everybody else hear us? Did Kevin get booted? Kevin got booted. Wait. Kevin.
They can hear us. Can you text him and say we can hear you?
I hope he's okay. Oh, Skype disconnected. Okay, he'll be back. He'll be back. And I'm gonna make sure I want to make sure I get everybody's questions here. We're gonna get through the older questions first, and then we're gonna ask the new ones. I can't find anything, so bear with me here, guys.
Well, I'm only gonna be here for a bit though.
Okay.
Because I'm here to start it off, but I have things I have to take care of.
Yeah. So where we answered.
And I'm not really much of a help anyway, because I have no clue what's going on.
You like robots. You need to tell Kevin he needs to make robots with brushable hair.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I would, and boobs with missiles.
That's both things are bad.
That
both
is
things
my.
They'll tell you.
That is my input.
That's all bad things.
That is my input. Robotech needs more brushable hair and missile tits. I don't think they're gonna listen to me.
I don't think they're gonna listen to you either. I wouldn't. I don't listen to you anyway. I don't listen to you.
This is why.
What did you thought? What were you talking about?
No, I said don't. Oh, you're asking too many questions, guys. Okay, we're trying to.
We're trying. We're getting through. We have to wait till he gets back here.
Let me see. I might have to cut out some of the questions.
We're trying.
We're trying, guys. I can't go up the thing. Oh my god. Okay. Here, live chat. Okay, everybody's asking. Thank you for the super chats, everybody. I'm trying to get. And you do not have to. Oh, why won't it? It's not going back. How do I get my super chats? It's like lagging out on me here. I need the super chat. I need to see the super chats because I gotta see what the questions were. All right. Something was about the Kickstarter. If we get him back, so I'm gonna write this stuff down so we don't lose it. Okay.
Here, I got a better idea. Why don't you just screen capture them?
Yeah, that might be. Okay, so we got a question. I know we got a question about the Kickstarter. And if I'm forgetting Kickstarter. Okay, we got a question.
I feel bad. Like everybody's sitting here and you're
I know, but we're waiting for Kevin. So I'm gonna
I don't know what they should
you need
do
to start
entertain
singing.
people. Sing what? They're like, no singing, no singing.
Okay. Harmony Gold. Okay, Queen Knight. That's what makes Harmony Gold think cool. Remotely decent.
Okay, well you have to be entertaining while you.
I'm trying to be entertaining. Okay, can Harmony Gold? Fans won't be pleased.
But fans don't want to be pleased. We all want to be pleased.
Okay, can you match the high bar? I'm trying to wait for Kevin. I don't know what's going on here.
Maybe he can't get back on.
Maybe
he can come into the chat.
I hope we somebody didn't get to him or something.
And I can't see any new comments you're making because
I know I'm trying to.
iPad.
Well, I'm trying to. Everybody's asking so many questions at once.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay,
I'm back.
Okay, he's back. We're getting we're getting
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I just guys, just so you all know, I literally had to run to my car because the parking lot was going to close, and I had to run up to the hotel, so where I could do this relatively quietly. And I just literally just turned on my computer and trying to do this sort of on the fly here.
Right.
I apologize.
That's okay.
I'm kind of like a boomer. So I apologize.
That's okay. We're definitely a boomer. Okay, so I want to go back to the question.
What was the question?
It was about the Kickstarter, and I don't know anything about the Kickstarter. I didn't even know you guys did a Kickstarter. That was one, and you got bombarded with a bunch. Yeah. So we're gonna go through that one first.
Yeah. So that's fine. So here, the Robotech Academy Kickstarter was an attempt to launch a new Robotech project, and a whole bunch of fans. They always ask us, how do I get involved? How can I do this? We decided, let's do a Kickstarter. Now, folks, I'll be the first to tell you, the Kickstarter didn't reach its target. It just didn't, okay? But still, on the name itself, just Robotech Academy, that Kickstarter raised $200,000, okay? Just on that name alone. So, I mean, that shows there's demand for Robotech. Just on the name, Robotech Academy, Kickstarter. Here's your chance to give to it. And an interesting little side note about that, several future licenses approached us when they saw that and said, hey, look, if you're going to try to make this stuff, we want a license and we'll do that. And now several of them actually have licensing agreements because of it. So it's still a win all around. I mean, we're still looking at Robotech Academy. We're trying to find ways to get it funded so we can launch it. We think it's a viable, valuable property. We often get people, creative types in Hollywood asking about it. So as Tommy Yoon said the best, nothing ventured, nothing gained. But, I understand why fans say that, but, there's also another side to it, and that, it does show that there is demand for Robotech stuff. Also, folks, it shows, Hollywood's a tough business, and Kickstarters just aren't ATMs.
Yeah, I get that. We're getting bombarded with super chats here, guys, and I thank you so much. I'm trying to keep up with everything and trying to get your questions to Kevin. If I miss one of your chats, and you do not have to super chat to ask Kevin a question, I am going to answer them.
We'll probably see those first.
Yeah, we see them first, but the messages are like flying furiously here. Okay, so we had someone wanted to know, can Robotech match the high bar that Macross set going forward? Was one of them. A lot of people have a lot of questions about, obviously the future of the Macross series. We've got, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up here. Yeah, Macross Frontier when? I don't know. Here, ask Kevin when we're going to get an Icarus Shimakaze captain's baseball cap.
Oh, wow. Let's sort of deal with, because I know there's probably a lot of general questions about the Macross series. What's going on. And, we as you can all imagine, we made the announcement today that Harmony Gold has renewed. SDS Macross, Super Dimension Calvary, Southern Cross, and Genesis Climber Mosquito at Tatsunoko.
Yeah.
Robotech is safe and secure. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to go away in 2021, as some industry insiders have reported. And I know a lot of fans are asking, well, what about the Macross series, folks? There's something, and I know it's going to be frustrating. I can already see the anger going to explode. I'm about to say, but folks, we can't comment at this time. I've been requested not to comment on the Macross sequels and derivatives and any other company at the moment. But I do want to say we're ready to talk. Our door is open. It's a very complex issue. It's not a black and white, easily cut and dry issue as some people have made it out to be on the internet. And believe me, guys, you have no idea how much I would love to be able to dive into this more, but I've been requested not to discuss this time. And do understand what I'm saying here. I have been requested not to discuss this at this time. I will gladly fulfill that request.
Okay, so let me get through a couple more questions here, guys. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but you might want to slow down the super chats just so I can get through some of these questions here. Kevin, I will ask you a couple more, and then we can kind of backtrack a little bit, and you can talk more about the panel. Obviously, a lot of questions about other Macross series besides SDF Macross. Someone wants to know, as Bogue actually, can we hire Kawamori to design the mechs? And also wants to know why renew Southern Cross and Mosquito. Nobody cares about them. I don't know. Mosquito is pretty cool.
Okay.
Emily Rose, who requested you not discuss Macross sequels.
You're reading the questions too fast. You're going to give them a chance to
I
answer
know.
them.
I can't keep up, guys. I'm trying.
Harmony Gold Legal requested that, so that came directly from them. And I'm going to honor the request.
Right.
So it's this is a complex legal issue, folks, and there's a lot of stuff going on. So once again, our door is open.
Okay.
I do want to say that, but Harmony Gold Legal has said, Kevin, I know you're going to get asked these questions, but don't talk about the Macross sequels, or don't talk about them specifically. Don't talk about companies or anything like that. So, I'm going to honor that request given to me. So,
yeah.
And look, guys, folks, I just want to understand. I understand your frustration. Why isn't he saying more? Folks, I understand, but folks, I got to do this. I wish it was different, but folks, there's Harmony Gold Legal has asked me to do this, and I will follow that. So
right.
Actually, can I just talk? There's a super chat. You mentioned that they said, well, why do Southern Cross and Mosquito? Nobody cares about them, folks. You'd be surprised. A lot of people do care about them. And Neon and Geeky, I know you saw it in the Twitter feed. We have a called Met. They're making Southern Cross figures.
Yeah,
and
that was kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what, folks? They're getting a good response already at the panel. People are like, "Yeah, this looks good." And Carlos from Mep Toys was on the panel, and he actually brought a prototype in there. And already, and there's a fan at the panel who asked. He said, "Carlos, I have one thing to say to you: Royal Command Battloid." I mean, we're interested in the Southern Cross and Mosquito segments of Robotech. We want to see them fulfilled. Our other licenses are working on stuff right now. Strange Machine Games has a new generation game in development. Solar Flare Games has Robotech Crisis Point, which is a Southern Cross card game. There's a lot of licensing in Robotech that's to be had that people actually want to buy. I mean, obviously, we want to fulfill that need.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I said before that actually my favorite part of, and I'm going to get shot for this, but my favorite part of Robotech as a kid was actually Mosquito, because I like the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Cool.
A lot of people do, believe me.
Yeah, okay, so let me see here. Okay, so he's getting bombarded with questions. People are like, can't comment, oh boy. So okay. And we did have somebody ask about hiring Kawamori to design mechs. And they're talking about the live action movie too. And I hate to hit you with all these. I'm trying to keep up, guys. I'm really trying to keep up. I'm trying to keep up here. Wanted to know if the movies were actually, if it was one standalone movie or if there was going to be a trilogy. Do you guys have any information on these live action movies?
Well,
maybe. Okay. Well, tell you what, Kevin. Can we? Okay. Everybody's hitting with questions. Can we start at the kind of the beginning, and can you give us like a nickel tour of the panel for people who don't know all the news that came out of the panel?
Yeah, okay. So we did this panel today at Anime Expo, and the goal of the panel was to answer the question of what the future of Robotech will be after 2021. And Neon and Geeky, you did some great videos on it where you explained how there was this arbitration ruling in 2017 that said, one, that the license between Harmony Gold and Tatsunoko was valid, and two, that absent a renewal, Harmony Gold will lose the rights to Macross, Southern Cross, and Mosquito on March 14, 2021. So we wanted to do a panel that answered these questions and explained what was going to go on and what was going to happen beyond 2021.
Right.
Because there was a lot of questions about that. So that's what we did, and we made the announcement, and it was quite. I gotta tell you, it was really interesting in that room. And I'm only finding out now bits and pieces now that I'm online, but apparently Twitter has exploded. From what I hear.
So it's basically like the chat and the live stream, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But but in the room, we reached this moment where I explained. I said, "Look, folks, Harmony Gold and Tatsunoko were intensely full. Those engagements have been concluded, and the
breaking up here a little bit, Kevin.
Oh, and now you're
breaking up a little bit.
Hear me now?
Kind of. I do want to thank Leon Garnett. Thank you. He said we need more Scott Bernard. Will most be to ever be revisited in future Robotech productions. Okay, so and please stop blocking BattleTech. We get a lot of questions about BattleTech. So continue with the panel.
Can you hear me now? Is this good? Or
yeah, this is better. I imagine
okay.
If it's anything like New York Comic Con, you're gonna have a hard time getting any kind of a decent cell connection.
Actually, I'm on Skype on the internet in a hotel, so that's
okay.
Yeah. So that's why I purposely went away from Anime Expo because I knew there was no way on earth I could do this.
Oh yeah.
I thought there'd be a better way. That'd be a little quieter and hopefully a better internet connection.
Yeah.
But the thing is, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say Queen Nice. Thank you. Didn't have to do that. Interested in Macross Zero, Macross Frontier, all the Macross series. How can Harmony Gold compete when again with the thing that I don't think Kevin can comment on this right now with talking about the other series, of course. How can Harmony Gold compete? So let's go back to the panel. Yep. Let's go back to the panel and talk about what went down.
Yeah, it was interesting because there's a moment where in the panel, it's been recorded, folks. It's going to be uploaded to YouTube, I think tonight. Several fans have told.
Okay, cool.
There's a moment in the panel where I say, will Harmony Gold actually lose Macross, Southern Cross, and Mosquito in 2021? And I started answering the question. I say, Harmony Gold and Tatsunoko were in intense negotiations for a renewal of Macross, Southern Cross, and Mosquito. And those negotiations ceased.
Right.
Concluded, actually, is probably a better way to describe it. And the whole audience just went, oh my gosh, this is the moment. And then we did the announcement because Harmony Gold has secured a renewal, an extension for Macross, Southern Cross, Mosquito, and the room just became just deathly silent. They were not bored, just like you can tell when people are really quiet and really focusing on what you're saying. It was like that, and I have never. Normally, anime conventions are exciting and they're fun and there's a lot of intense energy and people are having a good time. Here was just this silence and just people so focused because they're like, oh my god, this is not what I expected.
Well, they've been. I mean, look. To be fair, I mean, and I've been aware of it over the last couple of years. There's been sort of a death watch, a countdown to the hour that Robotech dies, and there have been countless articles on it, and everybody thought that this was gonna happen. It did not happen. I'm just gonna try to keep up, and I hate to hit you with more questions. Some of them are just comments, Kevin, because these people are giving us money, and we appreciate it. Thank you. Didn't have to do that, and guys, we're really trying to keep up here, but we really appreciate it. How can you? And
you got me here for 2 hours too, so don't at least. So don't worry. I mean, I want to make sure fans feel that I'm hearing them, and I want to make sure they understand that I'm at least going to try to answer their questions to the best that I can.
Okay, Redfield 70. How can you not have a prepared statement regarding the fate of the Macross sequels? As everybody's asking about the sequels, how can Harmony Gold be obtuse as to not know what the anime fans want and maintain radio silence on this critical issue? And again, this goes to Queen Nidus too, who's asking about all these. That I will tell you, Kevin, before we did the live stream, and I know you said you can't comment on that. That is the most asked thing we had.
I'm sure.
What about the rest of Macross? It seems like the fans are like you're blocking us from getting the rest of Macross. And there's a lot of fans that aren't real happy about that. I'm sure you know.
No, and I understand fans aren't happy about that. And I went to legal and said, because I knew I was going to be asked this question, guys. I went to legal and said, okay, here's what do you want me to say? And they just said, Kevin, I'm going to request that you not say anything right now. Just don't talk about the sequels, the other companies' names. Just don't do that. And folks, I know it's frustrating. Believe me. If you could get inside my head, you would understand. I understand your frustration. I really do. Because I kind of share it because I wish I could explain it. But I've been requested not to discuss this at this time. I will honor that request. All I can say is that our door is open and we're ready to talk.
Okay, so let's continue with the panel. You said the people were kind of, I guess, stunned into silence. But I'm seeing a bunch of announcements here of more Robotech merch. There's talk of comics. There's talk of movies. People have questions about the movies. What's going on with that? So just, give us a nickel tour. What's going on?
There's a bit of an aftershock earthquake happening here at the moment.
Oh, right now?
Right now.
Oh,
How's
God,
that? Talk about it. Yep. So it's
okay.
happening.
So you're in the middle of.
Wait, hold it. So I just want to hold up here. Everyone's sort of looking at each other, wondering what to do. I will answer that question with the shaking stone. Okay.
God, only in LA. Only in LA. Like, hey, we had an earthquake.
Only in LA.
Just
Yep.
Just
there
like
it goes.
LA story, right? Okay.
Yeah, it was an aftershock. Okay, I'm sorry. What was the question again?
No, the question was, okay, so after the announcement was made, a lot of people were surprised. They thought for sure Robotech was done in 2021. I mean, they've been counting down the days. That's not happening, and you also had a ton of announcements for different merchandise, comics, movies. Simon Furman. Cool. Okay, so...
Simon Furman's right. Look at the minute.
Yeah, I'm a big Transformers fan, so I was kind of like, hey, that's cool. Anyway, so...
Simon's very cool, by the way.
Yeah, so that's, I imagine, through Titan. So can you give us kind of a total of, like, what the immediate... What can people expect immediately from Robotech? Because the franchise, I mean, it never went away, right? But it does seem that there have been periods where there's been, like, a lull in new activity. Is that fair to say?
Yes, that is very... It's actually quite accurate. And I'll just give you a little sense of what happened. Back in 2007, we had another big movie studio interested in Robotech live-action movie, and things really did. And I'll be honest, I think our critics are completely right in this. A lot of things slowed down, but that old studio, which shall remain nameless, is gone. And since 2015, we've signed up 20 new licenses and have launched 30 new product lines. Some of which you saw at the panel today. Mm-hmm. And folks, we have a lot more on the way, and that's part of the goal here is to do a lot more of this, a lot more merchandise. We got some really good stuff in the pipeline. We have our new license, Net Toys, is great. They're making the Britai figures and the Southern Cross figure. We have a new license called Kit Concept, making a 172 fully transformable VF1, which is outstanding. It's LED lighting. It's beautiful. We have a die-cast metal line from Caliber Wings. they're making Robotech F-14 Tomcat, officially licensed from Northrop Grumman.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and also they're going to make a new line of die-cast metal VF1s. Have another license called Kid Logic, which is going to make a 3-foot-tall SDF1 that lights up.
Wait. How many, what, 3 foot tall?
3-foot-tall SDF1. It's a 1200 scale SDF1.
Oh, wow.
I don't think it's on there, but we talked about the panel. I don't think it's on the.
Okay, real quick. Emily Rose says, "Can you sing your favorite Macross song?"
Sing your favorite Macross song. I have to refrain from doing that.
Okay, I'm not good at singing.
I have to.
Here, Bogue wants to know.
Mariachima, though, I will say Mariachima is a wonderful singer. He really is.
Well, you listen to my song, Basara. Bogue. Yeah, we're getting all kinds. Okay, so I'm trying to keep it, guys. I really am. So there's a ton of new merchandise coming out. A lot of questions about the movie. There's a movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm scrolling down. I'm going through Twitter. I don't know if you can see the screen or not, but I'm going through Twitter. And so we've got the co-writer of Wonder Woman scripted in live action.
Yep, Jason Fuchs.
Okay.
Yep, Jason Fuchs. He's a huge Robotech fan. And I think you'll see on one of the photos, you'll see both him and Andy Muschietti, the director, in the Harmony Gold offices. You'll notice you'll see Jason is wearing a Robotech shirt. He is a huge fan, and they're really excited to be working with them. I mean, yeah. So hold on here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like overload here, man. You get so many questions. Live action film coming from Sony, right? So we got the Columbia.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Do we know like what the target date is for like the release window? Are we talking? Is it going to be like in the next couple of years? Is it going to be like 5 years from now?
There is no release date at the time. Right now, so Harmony Gold are doing, and you'll see this on the Twitter feed, is that we're expanding our partnership over the next 18 months.
Okay. Yeah, I see
so,
this.
You know,
we have a very vague. Again, this goes back to not being able to talk about everything, right?
Right. I mean, we can't talk about it because it's being worked on right this moment. You're going to see this unfold over the next 18 months. So I can't talk about it right this second, but you're going to remember this conversation and say, aha, that is what Kev was talking about. So, so we're working on that with Sony right this second. And, Sony's very pro Robotech, very excited to be working with them. It's pretty good. So,
okay, so that's okay. So I'm looking out here, and now did this just happen? Okay, the subtitled version of SDF Macross, Southern Cross, and most people are on Amazon now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, is that like did it just happen, or has that been? Have they been?
That's been up for a couple of years. We put that up a couple of years ago. I want to say it was fall. Like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember the exact time it came on Amazon. But we have the subtitled original Japanese series, SDF Macross, Super Dimension Cavalry Southern are available to stream on Amazon right now.
Okay.
We're very excited about that. It's great for fans to experience those and not have to put out some huge capital outlay to buy DVDs.
Right. Yeah, I thought they were out there already, but I saw a lot of people tweeting that they were out there on Amazon. I'm like, I thought they were there already, but does that make sense? Queen Nidus really wants her VF-27. She wants her VF-27. So, okay, so I'm just trying to keep up here with Super Robot Wars that has come up many times. Here we have, did aliens even exist in Robotech? Kind of, yes.
Say that again, please.
They want to know if aliens existed in Robotech.
aliens existed in Robotech. Well, there's the Centrati, the Robotech Masters, and the Indians.
I'm kind of like, we've gotten questions about, and I'm sorry to hit you with all these. Will Sentinels, Robotech the Sentinels, ever be continued?
We would like to see it continued, but if it's going to be, it has to be reimagined.
Okay.
It's Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, it's okay. That's okay. I'm trying to keep up with the chat here. Now we've moved on to Voltron apparently. So,
well, we have the Robotech Voltron crossover comic. Just a little interesting little note.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is this new, or is this something I missed?
No, that came out in 2014.
Oh, really?
I
didn't know that was a thing. Huh.
Yes. Just a little funny side note is that back in 2005, when we started the Robotech Convention Tour, our first stop was St. Louis. And guess who had a booth there? It was World Events Productions, the owners of Voltron.
Okay.
And like, literally, we hit it off. And we've been friends ever since, and we help each other out. I mean, we're very grateful. Bob Koplar's a friend, Tiffany Lardy's a friend. We try to help them any way they can. But, to us, it's not a question of Voltron or Robotech.
Right.
It's Voltron. How do you get Voltron and Robotech? And it's a great way. The Voltron fandom is a great help to us. Our Robotech fans love to help the Voltron fans wherever they can. It's one of those great things and great ways to show you how things can actually be. And I'm really happy to be working with World Events. Working is not the right word. Just to be friends with them. I think it's a better way to describe it. And just to be friends with the Voltron fandom and I met so many great people. And, World Events is great. We did the Robotech Voltron crossover, and it was just so much fun for us to be able to finally be able to promote each other and work together. It was just from a marketing standpoint, that was so much fun.
Okay, we got, does Harmony Gold have any plans to release the Do You Remember Love movie?
Once again, I cannot comment. I've been asked not to comment on any specific.
Right. That's everybody keeps coming back to that. We keep trying to explain,
I know. Nope. That's fine. Folks, once again, I understand the frustration, but please understand I have been asked not to comment at this time. I am going to honor that request.
Right, and I get that. I actually had that on VHS. I had that on VHS a long time ago. So let's see what else here. I'm just looking through the questions. Nitwit's World, his parents divorced 2 days ago. I'm really sorry, Nitwit. Really sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that stinks. So what are the, I guess my question is okay, so this is going to unfold over the next 18 months, right? What can fans look forward to in the immediate future? Is there something that's, obviously we're talking about the comics, talking about the movies years off, right? So the comics, comics and the products are the most, okay.
Yep. First off, the comics, we have the Event Horizon, Simon Furman, who's used, I think also agree, I think is an outstanding writer. He is a blast to work with. I was a big fan of his on the original Marvel Transformers. And when he said, I want to work on Robotech, I was like, this is so great. I just knew he was going to make it amazing, and sure enough, he did. There's also, folks, going to be a new Robotech role-playing game coming out from our friends at Strange Machine Games. So that's coming out as well. You're going to start seeing a lot more sort of second, we call it the licensed content. There's going to be a comic, the new role-playing game, and of course a lot more new merchandise as well. So there's a lot to look forward to, and this is going to be discussed a lot more in depth at our San Diego Comic-Con panel, Robotech: The Great Transition, on July 18th.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is there going to be more? Okay, so this is the initial announcement. Is there going to be? Can you answer this? Is there going to be more information at Comic-Con?
Yes, there'll be announcement. More information about what?
Everything, I guess. If you can answer.
Well, yeah.
Okay, just in general, what the game plan is going forward. I don't know what's going on with Macross. Everybody's asking about Macross.
Right. First off, just so you guys know, there's going to be a tremendous amount of information based on merchandise. This is not, believe it or not, a merchandising panel here at Anime Expo. our merchandising panel push is really going to be at San Diego Comic-Con, where a lot of our licenses are actually going to be there, and they're going to showcase a lot of stuff that's coming out right now, stuff that's out already, and more importantly, a whole bunch of new stuff we haven't seen yet that is coming out over the next 18 months.
Okay, yeah, Nitwit says, please, Kevin, don't break your NDA. It's, hey, I know how that works. Okay, so we actually had here, and this is Mechazard said this, and I think a lot of people probably feel the same way. I know you can't comment on this, Kevin, but I want you to know that everyone just wants Macross to come out in the West, maybe a new Macross movie. And again, you can't comment, but just so you know, I think take that back to Harmony Gold and let them know.
Thank you for feedback, because you know I can't comment at this time.
Right.
Not to comment, but I thank you. I thank you for your feedback. It's really good. I mean, we appreciate it. We do listen. And just so you know, some suggestions from fans have actually become products. So, we do hear you guys. I mean, I just want to make sure you understand that. We do hear your positive and negative feedback, and we appreciate both actually. So, I understand it's frustrating right now, guys, yet you have all these questions, and I wish I could answer them. Believe me, I could, but I've been requested not to comment on those certain aspects right now.
Okay. Okay. So let's. God, I hate to put you in the hot seat here, Kevin. We had a lot of questions about BattleTech, right? Is that something you can comment on, or is this something we can't really talk about?
It depends on the question, but I just gotta warn you guys. I'm gonna be very limited in my answers, whatever they may be. I mean, feel free to ask the question, and I'll see if I can answer it. If I can't, I'll just tell you right up front.
Okay, well, somebody it's so weird. I just asked that, and somebody just said, did Clownfish ever ask any of the BattleTech questions? Yeah, I'm not even, I'll tell you the truth, I'm not even 100% clear on what went down with BattleTech, but people are asking about it. I mean, I know the basics, but again, that's, we're getting into, some legal stuff, and that's probably not something you can really comment on.
Once again, there's a settlement. I'm not authorized to comment. So,
okay.
There's legal settlement. That I think you guys, when you hear the word legal settlement, you can't comment on it. So.
Right. Just trying to keep up with these guys. Okay, so what? Okay, so you did the panel, you unveiled the merchandise, right? Have you heard from, I guess, other like media outlets? How they? I mean, I know that Den of Geek. I'll pull that up right now. Did an article on it. Has there been any other reaction you've seen out there that you want to comment on?
This is a good question, because you have to understand, I'm kind of in a small little bubble inside that room at Anime Expo. It's just the audience that's there. I'm not online watching this unfold on Twitter. I have to deliver the panel to the audience in the room. And a journalist came up to me afterwards and goes, holy cow, do you want me to sugarcoat? I said, no. I thought, he just said, you won't believe what's going on Twitter. People, Macross trending and all this other stuff. And my God, people are like going crazy. I leave the convention center to get here, and my phone is literally exploding. Facebook is, people are telling me, Kevin, is this your panel? Just showing the photos of the slides. Yep, that was that. So, I mean, it's only now am I getting a sense of what exactly is going on. I haven't even looked at Twitter right now.
Yeah,
to get a sense of like.
Oh, go ahead.
So I mean, I can only tell you what happened in the room. We're waiting for that moment, and that.
Yeah, it was kind of like, well, I mean, I was trying to follow it on Twitter too. I'm like, okay, so the panel happened. Let's see what's going on. See if I can get some more information. And it's just like blew up. Like, I haven't seen this much Robotech or Macross like ever, on social media ever. So okay. Oh, go ahead. You're cutting in and out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that better?
Yeah, it's a little bit better.
All right, here, let's try this one. Okay, so, I mean, I was there at the panel, and, of course, after the panel, people came up to me like, wow, Kevin, that was just, they had something they didn't expect, and it was just like, and like, a lot of fans seemed happy. I mean, there were a few people in that audience that were upset. Several people came to me and said, like, I was sitting next to people, some of whom were very upset. I was finding out, but it was just sort of just interesting to see and watch where, this it was very different from our normal panels where we're talking about fun things and like merchandise and role playing games and comics, and here we are, we're going to talk about hardcore corporate future strategy post 2021, and it was like, I mean, audience wanted to hear that, and it was really fascinating. And when Q&A happened, people lined right up. We couldn't even get to all the questions. We had to go outside and try to answer everyone else's questions. We couldn't get the questions answered. So I mean, there was a lot. There was a lot of it was a really interesting panel. And then like I started getting a sense of walking back here to the hotel that this is really taking off on social media.
Yeah, it's crazy. We were getting questions about the Palladium RPG books. Queen Naya said like Palladium's Robotech Tactics. We had somebody else ask if you were going to bring those back out. I think you already kind of answered that with this other RPG tabletop game, correct?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's an RPG, a game, or the Strange Machine game. You're gonna start seeing a lot more information over the next couple of months. We're really excited to be working with Strange Machine on this. It's looking really good, folks. I think you're going to be really pleased with the artwork. Brian Young is doing a lot of great stuff on it, and I think you're going to be very, very impressed with what comes up with this.
Keiko says, is that right? The earthquake was a 7.1?
I don't know, but believe me, this whole hotel was shaking. I have big lights in it. Everyone just sort of stopped and looked up and like, it's
going on? That's, I mean, you guys had what, 6.4?
Yeah. Oh, I was working on the panel yesterday at my house, and all of a sudden the house started to shake.
Wow.
I was like, is this a sign? So it's
wow. Yeah, long one too. So yeah, I thought that everybody was just messing, like, oh yeah, it's a big earthquake. I'm like, you're like, oh, it's aftershocks. I'm like, you're like, the hotel is rocking. Oh man. Okay, so here, Emily Rose. You say the door is open for Japan to come to you regarding Macross without NDA. Why is Harmony Gold waiting for them to reach out rather than reaching out yourself?
That's a great question, but I can't. That goes right into I can't comment. Once again, I just want to say it's a great question. Guys, I'm as frustrated as you are, but guys, I've been asked not to comment on this. I'm going to honor that request.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Okay, so one thing I've heard from Robotech fans is sort of the I guess the dormant period of Robotech activity. Is that partly due to you guys not knowing where you stood with Tatsunoko production? Were you kind of waiting to see if things were going to get renewed?
There was a previous film studio, which I shall not mention the name. I don't know. I said Hollywood studio, and there were just things we just couldn't do. And as you can imagine, things just slowed down. And when that deal ended and the rights reverted, we immediately, starting in 2015, started to ramp things right back up. So, I mean, and once folks, I mean, people say things slowed down. You're absolutely right. They did, without question. But we have, as you've seen today, we have plenty of time to bring in a whole bunch of really good stuff. I think some of the new Robotech merchandise is coming out from the best we've ever seen. I think when you guys start seeing it, and it's some a little odd, but feeling it and feeling the quality of it, you're going to go, wow, this stuff is really good. This stuff has really evolved from the Matchbox toy line in the 1980s.
Yeah, I had my Scott Bernard and my Rick Hunter figures. They used to hang out together, even though they really didn't.
Well,
but that was my.
We have. Well, you saw we have the new figures, the new.
Yeah, I saw those. They sort of look. Yeah. They sort of look like the larger Matchbox figures, the MEP.
Yeah, they're like that same size. Yeah. And the funny part was a little funny story about the panel. I showed the first wave. I showed Rick, Matt, Muria, Roy, and Minmay, and someone yells out, "Where's Ben? Where's Ben?" And then I said, "Well, it's great you asked because Ben's going to be on wave 2." And that brought the house down. That was quite. I won't say the reaction it got. But it was quite interesting.
Okay, so we're getting some I'm just throwing the questions out, Kevin. Don't shoot the
Please do. Throw them all out.
Jason Stevens, thank you. Instead of working with Hairbrain Studios to make new stuff, you sued Hairbrain. The sooner you lose Macross, the better. Now, I don't know about the Hairbrain situation. I don't know if you can comment about the Hairbrain situation.
I can't comment on the Hairbrain situation. Okay. I apologize.
I do appreciate the super chat. However, how long is this? Okay, so everybody's like, okay, the sooner you lose the Macross license, how long is the new deal? How long is that until?
I am not able to disclose the term of the extension.
Okay, so we're not talking short term though. It's not like, oh, we're doing it for another 5 years. We're talking like there is a longer future.
And folks, just a quick clarification. This is an extension of the current agreement. I want to emphasize this. This is an extension of the current agreement.
Okay.
It's really key to understand that. And once again, I knows how long the extension act is, but folks, it's going to be a long time.
Okay.
That's fine. It is.
We've got some people, which is actually kind of funny. They actually jumped in and said, "Hey, do you not understand what an NDA is? You can only talk about what you can talk about." People are actually asking. They're like, "Okay, enough about Macross. Is there any plans for?" And again, this surprises. Let me get an answer right now. But new Robotech animation. Is this something that the deal does? That deal cover? I guess something new like Shadow Chronicles.
I don't know if you can hear it.
Oh, is that the earthquake alarm? Do you have to? Oh, that doesn't sound good. Do you have to take shelter or something, Kevin?
Hold on.
Robotech live stream canceled by earthquake.
Hold on.
Okay. Hey guys, this doesn't sound good. This sounds pretty bad. Whoa. You need to go.
There's an alarm going off in the hotel.
Oh my god.
Hold on here. Well, we're gonna breaking news, folks. breaking news. Well, there's an alarm. I'm seeing some security move around. Some security going upstairs, up an elevator.
Okay, so it's not related to the earthquake. It's security.
No, I'm not exactly sure. Here, hold on here. I'm gonna stand up here for a second, folks. Give you like a word picture of what's happening here. Okay. Oh, and my flight shift is right. Okay. All right. So we've got my. Yeah. No. I think we're gonna stay. If it's happening, we will keep you posted. This is one interview. There we one interview for the ages, I guess, guys. So we're gonna stay here. I'm sorry. What was your question, by the way? Let's get back to the more important thing. What was your question?
Okay, are you okay? Talbot Links, thank you.
I'm fine.
Okay, I wanted to know, could you record and put the next panel online? That panel is going to be online soon, correct? The one you did today? Okay.
Yeah, one of the things we do is, and a lot of fans have asked us this, is that we allow fans to record our panels for audio and video. We allow them to upload them to YouTube. We want to try to be as transparent as possible. So I told them you're going to want to upload this as soon as possible, and several have already said, Kevin, we plan on uploading it as soon as possible. I don't know when they'll be uploaded, but you should see it very soon. I encourage you all to watch it, get it how things were going. And just so you know, we allow and record it. San Diego has no recording policy. Say, hey guys, we run our fans record. That's fine. You're a VIP holder. We try to we allow fans to record all of our panels. Sometimes we may ask them just to put down the camera for something very new we want to show.
Right, right.
Try to show things clear. So the idea is that we want as many fans. Because we all know a lot of fans can't attend the convention sometimes. Whatever. We want everyone to join in and have a lot of fun.
Okay, so Leon says thank you. Thank you very much. It's the Zentradi and the Invid attacking. Yeah. You're being attacked. It's the alarms are going off. Okay. Zinth25, thank you, didn't have to do that. Not a question, just a statement. Everyone in the chat wishing harm on a man doing his job need to chill out. Love the channel, Neon and Geeky found it last week. Thank you very much for the support. And yeah, here's the thing, guys. You know, I mean, I think everybody knows what your concerns are. I think Harmony Gold's very aware of it. It's just there's things he can talk about and things he can't talk about. So, but thank you for the support. Are you okay? Geeky just
all right, there's another alarm.
There's alarms going off in Kevin's hotel.
Oh.
Geeky just walked away from it. Here, Geeky. Here,
I walked away for more than a minute. I was taking care of the dog. He wants to come in. He's all mad because he wants to go to bed, and our bed is his bed. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'm like, we're worried that Kevin's being attacked right now because there are alarms going off, and before that, he sat through an earthquake.
Yeah, I knew about the earthquake.
Yeah, so it's been an interesting chat for sure.
It's been an interesting interview. Let me tell you, earthquakes, fire alarms. Who else knows what's going to happen? But you know what? We're going to keep transmitting as long as we can. How's that sound?
All right. So through an earthquake, through fire alarms, through security, we're gonna talk about Robotech.
Talking about Robotech, keeping our priorities straight.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So everybody. Yeah. Again, it's just we're getting, and I get it. I get run, Kevin, run. I get it. Everybody's got the same concerns. Everybody wants to. It seems like, I mean, look, there's some great, looking merchandise out there, but it does seem that everybody's concerned. Again, this is something Kevin can't talk about right now, guys. Future in Macross. People want to know, what's next. And that's not something, unfortunately he can talk about right now, but I'm sure there may or may not be news in the future. But it looks like there's going to be there's some more stuff going on here. You okay, Geeky? Hey, run, Geeky, run. No, she's not. Nobody's going to drop anything on you. You're okay. Okay, so let me see here. I'm trying to ask some other Shadow Chronicles. What happened with Shadow Chronicles? People want to know what happened to Shadow Chronicles.
Well, Shadow Chronicles was a success. We were very happy with it. Then one day, a film studio called us up on the day after Transformers came out and made $36 million in 36 hours and $155 million in 5 days and said, my gosh, these giant transforming robot animes are really popular. People want to pay to go see them. How much would you like for Robotech? And, we did a deal with them, and, it sort of changed the course of the franchise. So,
right.
we still want to do it. We still want to do sequel to Shadow Chronicles. We still want to do a lot of Robotech animation, folks. Folks, with Hollywood, it's show business. Emphasis on business. And
there go the alarms again. You can hear it clearly. Oh my god, that's crazy. Are you sure you're all right?
I'm quite all right. I have my fried shrimp here. I'm talking to you about the Robotech franchise. You can't get any better than that. I mean, people are going up in the elevators right now. I think the alarm is going off. So I don't.
Quick, get into the SDF-1. Fly away.
It's a module transformation. That's probably what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so that's weird. I actually never heard. So Transformers actually had something to do with Shadow Chronicles ending the way that it did.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that. I mean, in Hollywood, everyone loves to be second.
Right.
Okay. If all of a sudden Berkeley vampires are going to make a ton of money, you better believe vampire young adult novels are going to be all snatched up and tried to turn into movies.
Right.
So it's the same, thing here. If giant transforming robots, there's 4 billion people, and $4 billion is made on a giant transforming robot franchise, you better believe everyone's in Hollywood can start looking at what other giant transforming robot franchises are there from Japan. So,
right. Now, I kind of jogged my memory here because I was looking through the article on Den of Geek today, Kevin, And I wasn't quite sure what you guys meant by, you had a Harry Potter reference in here. You're talking about Robotech. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah. Let me look here. There was something in here. We're talking about. Okay. Sony viewing Robotech as a possible Harry Potter style franchise. So what does that mean exactly?
Like Harry Potter had several movies, right? It's not just one or three. There were numerous movies, and as we've seen, there's been cycles. That's how Sony views Robotech. View it like that potential franchise. So, that's what they view it as, like a Harry Potter style franchise, where there's a huge IP and a huge amount of characters that you can mine in various ways for years and years to come. And that's what that means. That's how Sony views like that. They view it like Harry Potter like.
So you could just go off in a bunch of different directions with it: side stories, sequels, prequels, etc., kind of.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Let me see here. And again, I don't know if you can comment on this either. Kevin, do you plan on bringing back some of the original voice actors of Robotech for future projects?
I'm sorry. So you broke up. I couldn't hear you.
I'm
say
sorry.
That again, please.
We had Ryoga wanted to know, does Harmony Gold plan to bring back some of the original voice actors of Robotech for future projects? Are they still available?
Yeah, actually, many of the Robotech voice actors, they got their start in anime voice dubbing on Robotech.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the start of their careers, and now many of them have had enormous, impressive amounts of anime dub. Many of them are voice directors, and ADR scriptwriters. So, I mean, many of them work on tons of anime. Much of the anime you guys listen to or watch and listen to as a dub, many of the Robotech voice actors have worked on them in various capacities. The sort of interesting joke is, it's like you could have like certain conventions, and all of a sudden, you bring all these other anime, and all of a sudden you literally have a killer Robotech lineup, because that's where they got their start. I mean, so many of them are very busy, very successful in the anime industry.
Right. Yeah, no, it's true, and I know, and I said before, it sounds like kind of cheesy, but Robotech, just in general, I think for anime fans was definitely a gateway, if not the gateway, anime for a lot of American fans. I mean, it was the first, that and Star Blazers and Tranzor Z. For me anyway, that was how I got my start watching anime. And I didn't even realize that it was comprised of 3 different series, because it to me it didn't look all that different, from like one generation to the next. So, okay, I'm looking here. If Shadow Chronicles doesn't receive an animated sequel, could it ever continue via a comic book? Or is it just off the table?
That's a great question.
Okay. I like that answer. Let's go down this road. Okay.
But, there's a lot of opportunity, as I said before, a lot of opportunities for Robotech. So that's a good question.
Okay, so is it possible? Because I know, like, just with dealings we've had with Hollywood, where they might tie up the movie rights, but you might be able to do a book or a comic book or something while they kind of sit on the movie rights. So, but that's is that it? Okay, so
well, Sony views it differently though. Sony wants more Robotech in the marketplace.
Okay. So, okay, well, here's a question for me then, because we're talking Sony, right? Sony has some pretty strong connections to the anime industry right now through, Funimation. Is there? Can I ask? Is there anything going on there, or is that not something that you can talk about?
All I can say is that the partnership between Sony and Harmony Gold is going to expand over the next 18 months. I can't go into details at this time.
Okay. Let's see here. Queen Nidus again. This podcast brought to you by Queen Nidus. I'm asking the questions, Kevin. Trying to make Robotech live action when the Latin American live action fan project was slapped into oblivion. I don't know anything about that.
Okay. This is a great question. A little bit of background. There was a fan project.
Okay.
Called Robotech Valkyrie Project. directed by a gentleman named Cesar Toro. I'm probably mulling his name. I apologize if he's listening. And I can't go into the details, but we think they were, good group of people, but we just there are certain things we just had to do, and like this kind of ties in back to that earlier question of that I keep on saying that I'm not allowed to comment on. This is one of those aspects that we get into. I really can't comment on what really happened at this time.
Okay, so here's a question for me, regarding that, because I don't know, honestly. I know that certain companies have certain, criteria. They will work with the fandom if they work within certain parameters. Like, I know Lucasfilm used to work with the Star Wars fans. Not sure how that's changed under Disney. Does Harmony Gold have anything set up like that for, fan projects, or is that just...
When it comes to fan films, right now, that's sort of a no-go. Okay. I can't go into why, but it's something we kind of have to actively discourage at the moment. I can't go into why, but that's something. And look, we don't want to hurt anyone's creativity, but remember, it's show business, it's on business, and once again, it's also Hollywood and also U.S. copyright laws.
Right.
You gotta, there are things you got to do, and once again, guys, I wish I could go deeper, but I've asked not to comment on various aspects of it. So once again, sorry, who is the person who's been asking all these super chats? What's her name again?
Queen Nidus.
Queen Knight, these are wonderful questions. Please understand. I just want to let you know, I appreciate you doing all these super chats to ask them. They're wonderful, wonderful questions. I think they're great questions. It's just right now I can't go into them. Oh gosh, I wish I could, but I just can't.
Yeah, and we've been there, with people we've worked with before too, which it's frustrating for the fans. I mean, they I just completely get that. But okay, so Genshi Fox 2, why does now this is something that you can address, because I think this seems to be prevailing feeling. Is why again, this is, I'm asking a question, I'm getting a super chat. Why does Harmony Gold hate Macross fans? You guys actually hate Macross fans?
Actually, no, we don't. Look, look, people say, I'm sure in the chat, people are saying, Kev, he's evil, he's not saying anything.
Right.
But you know what? We don't hate fans, and I'm more than happy to whatever I can talk about, sit down and explain what's going on, if I can explain it. So I have no problem with that. I've often sat down with people, just to give you an idea, going back in time for a bit. Back in 2006, we were trying to get distribution for Shadow Chronicles. A lot of Robotech fans started getting frustrated, and I can understand why, because they thought, we as Harmony Gold thought we were going to get a distribution deal in 2005, and that fell through, and we couldn't comment on it. And the fans thought, oh no, this movie's not going to come out, it's going to be a failed project.
Right.
And fans started getting really, really upset, and they really started venting and being angry online. And you know what? That's fine. But then the movie came out, and everybody was happy. And I remember telling people, saying, "Look, guys, I know you're frustrated. I know you want to see all this marketing stuff happen, things like that. But we can't do it right now because we're trying to work out a distribution deal." But I said, the movie is done. You will see it. Sure enough, we had a screening at Cannes, and then we launched a film festival to screen it on the big screen, and fans would go and watch the movie on the big screen. So, it was and fans were really grateful. They said, "Kevin, I'm really grateful. I always wanted to see a Robotech animated feature on the big screen, and I finally got my wish," and that was really cool. So, I think a lot of fans understand. We don't hate fans. I understand. There have been, just so you know, in the panel today, there are people who have been very critical of me online. I went up, shook their hands. They thanked them for coming to the panel. They were nothing but kind and nice. Can't ask for anything more than that, There you go. So, I don't hate fans. with Harmony Gold and 8 fans, there's just a lot of stuff, sadly, we just can't talk about right now. And I understand how frustrating it is, guys, believe me. Believe me, I do.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure you probably deal with it almost daily. Being in marketing, PR, that's probably your job, is to deal with, a lot of this. What we used to call it? We used to call it expectation management. Expectation management. Yeah. Bank of Kev Trez wants to know when he can buy an Icarus Shimakaze Captain's ball cap.
Oh my, can't comment.
Okay, and also Harmony Gold released SDF Macross subbed and dubbed, and nobody bought it. Did people buy it when Macross came out? Subbed and dubbed. How were the sales on that compared to Robotech?
I don't have those numbers right in front of me, so I don't want to comment on it.
Right.
Not because I can't, it's because I don't want to say something I don't know anything about.
Right.
So guys, you have to understand that was 12 years ago.
Right.
But one nice thing though was about that dub was there were a lot of Texas-based voice actors who we would see at conventions, but we couldn't. They were nice to us, and we really got along. And it wasn't until that dub came out we could actually start talking and saying, "Hey, look, you'll check out this voice actor at this convention who worked on the Macross stuff." It was kind of nice to be able to do that and support many of our friends who've been really supportive of us in the industry.
Yeah. So okay, we got one. This is kind of interesting because I honestly wondered, are Robotech and Macross considered different universes? Could they have Macross and Robotech being different universes, each going in their own direction, so both properties could exist side by side?
We would like to see both properties exist side by side. But I can't answer that question. The other part of that question.
Okay, because that I mean, just again, this is, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what the deals are. You obviously can't talk about it, but to me, the most logical thing to do would be, because we've got Robotech fans, we've got Macross fans. Why not give them everything? Why not have Robotech and Macross, and you pick what you want to follow? That would be my personal, but I'm not in charge. So that's...
Yeah, it's once again, it's a very complex issue. It's not
right.
Having taken a deep dive into it, it's a really complex issue. So, once again, legal said, Kevin, just give me question, not comment on it at this time. And I'm going to honor that request. I sound like a broken record, but
yeah, I know.
It's just. Yeah, but see, folks, we would, our door is open, ready to talk, and it's just trying to find that right way forward.
Right. People, asking again, they're not in the, again, this is, look, you're getting people's opinions because, I also know people who, love Robotech, quite a bit. And, it seems like a very, polarizing issue. It's one of those big, the anime community has a lot of divisive, divisive issues. And the Robotech Macross situation has, always, at least the last couple of years, especially been a very divisive one. You're going to get people that feel passionately, on both sides of it.
And passion's good, folks. Yeah, passion's good. I've come across very passionate Macross fans, the Harmony Gold Diva, but you know what? Also passionate about this, and I come across passionate Robotech fans too. And it's to me that shows a viable franchise. Here we are, we're 35 years later, and we're still talking about Robotech.
Yeah, that's
35 years later. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's, I was gonna say that actually, and let me I'm gonna mention here again, super chat. Again, She Fox says doesn't care about Shadow Chronicles, they want Macross. I am gonna say, and this isn't to discourage anybody. I mean, obviously everybody, or at least a good chunk of people in the chat, they're really interested in Macross. But Kevin has said repeatedly he can't talk about that. He can't talk about other Macross series right now. That doesn't mean that door's shut. It just means that it can't be discussed right now. So,
so can I add something too? The questions are great. I've been seeing them in the chat. I've been seeing them in other places. So I mean, seeing them super chats and seeing the chat go by, and the questions you're asking me, are wonderful. So I don't think they're good questions. They are. It's just that I can't right now. I've been instructed not to answer them.
Right.
And just stay away.
And I get it. I mean, I get it. But it's again, it's kind of like you're asked the same question repeatedly, you're going to get the same answer. But obviously, I'm sure Kevin's taking notes, Harmony Gold's taking notes of how much people want the other Macross series. What happens, and I don't know what's going to happen. So let's try to get some other questions.
Keep asking the questions, though. I mean,
they are.
Kind of. Yeah, I appreciate it, and I just want to. And even if you ask it, can't answer it, I still want to hear the question, because I can go back and say, hey, here were the questions that I was asked.
Right.
So that, believe it or not, guys, even though I can't answer it, I'm listening.
Okay, so
please understand that.
Yeah, so I'm going to answer a couple here. I'm working my way down here. They wanted to know about the Sentinels books. Can they be reprinted?
Oh, this is an awesome question. The Sentinels books are actually available as digital downloads now. So you can digitally download the Sentinels books.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, there we go.
Yeah, so Penguin Random House has the digital downloads. They're available on Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
So they're available now. And just so you know, because I'm going to tie in here, because we're touching on something else here. Many fans have asked for the original Robotech comics from Kamiko, Eternity, and some of the other earlier publishers to be reprinted. Titan Comics is doing that. Trade paperbacks and digital downloads.
Oh, the Kamiko book. Yeah, I read those when I was a kid.
Yes.
I used to read them all the time. I think that's where
you can get all 85 issues.
Are they
either digital downloads? They're on Comixology.
Comixology. Okay, cool. Yeah, I might have to check that out because I actually had quite a few of those back in the day.
They're really good too. It's a really good. Either it's digital or a print.
Let me see here. Queenitis again. Will Robotech at least have a proper love triangle and decent music? Lin Min May body pillows when? I'll take a Roy Fokker one.
Do you really want Min May body pillows?
I think a lot of people.
Let me know in chat.
A lot of people probably would.
Okay. Well, let me talk with some licenses and see what we can come up with.
There we go. Min May body pillow. That will be the most productive thing that came out of this chat this evening, Kevin. Will be Min May body pillows, and it will be your biggest seller.
I can see the tweets right now.
It will be your biggest seller.
Yeah.
Besides Robotech, does Harmony Gold have plans to obtain licenses from other anime series? That's a good question. Actually, I don't know. Have you guys?
That's a great question.
Have you guys ever done any other anime series?
We used to have a ton of anime. Captain Harlock, Dragon Ball Z, Megazone, but a lot of those rights expired and they reverted back to the Japanese. And the Japanese then, looking for other avenues for release, went to other companies. So, we used to have a ton of anime, some quite well known, and sadly, we just haven't. Right now our focus is on Robotech. Remember, Harmony Gold isn't a distributor like Funimation or Crunchyroll or Viz or Sentai.
Right.
We're an IP rights holding company, so we want to stay focused on our key IP, which is Robotech. We also, just folks, we have some non-anime IP. Some of you might recognize. We own the Shaka Zulu miniseries, which is now available on Netflix. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's really well made.
Shaka Zulu,
really well made. Shaka Zulu. Yes, we own Shaka Zulu.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go. It's on net. I believe it's on Netflix. You can go watch it. You'll see Harmony Gold.
Wow.
We have
no idea.
Pierce Brosnan starring Around the World of 80 Days. We've done some Sherlock Holmes movies. So and some of them I believe are online now on Netflix. I know Shaka Zulu is on Netflix. So go check it out. Shaka Zulu is really good, and I think fans are going to be. It's interesting too because they mentioned this. A lot of Robotech fans say, "Oh my God, I love Shaka Zulu. It's so great. Oh my God, I'm going to totally." It's really good. So go check them out if you get a chance. The Shaka Zulu miniseries is really well made. I mean, and I think it's really worth just checking out.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, I watched it like years ago when I was a kid. Okay. So Ryuk, 52109. Thank you. Will we ever see another Robotech video game?
Sony and Harmony Gold are expanding their partnership over the next 18 months.
Okay.
That is part of that whole, the whole question of video games. New video games, not retro video games.
Right.
New video games will be dealt as part of that expansion and our partnership we're working out. Now, for retro video games, Coleco has released a retro Robotech arcade game.
Okay, that would be.
Remember the little.
Yeah, like the little tabletop, like they had Frogger and Donkey Kong in.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really cool. And we've seen them. Fans are. They did a Kickstarter. It was successfully funded. The Kickstarter backers are getting it now. It's now shipping. Our allotment's already sold out. Give you an idea how in demand these things are. And it's really nice. It's really well made.
Okay. This is not Robotech related. You do not have to answer. But I feel like I should ask it because they gave a super chat. Do you empathize with Sarah Huckabee Sanders? This is political. We don't want to get too political on this channel.
Without getting political, I always view my job like a White House press secretary's press conference that never ends.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Really. Yeah.
So I think. I mean, it's not that. And folks, I want to let you know something. I enjoy hearing your questions. I enjoy, particularly when I can answer them. I really enjoy that. And even when I can't answer them, it helps me a great deal because I get to find out what you all are thinking. A lot of fans asked us for many years, will Harmony Gold ever release Robotech Love Was Alive? It's kept on popping up at conventions. Will Harmony Gold ever release that? And eventually we did a deal with Tatsunoko, got the rights to the OVA, and released it in 2013 through Lionsgate. And it was now had we not done conventions and had fans not asked us, we probably never would have done that. But we heard what the fans kept on saying. We said, you know what, there's a market here, and Love Was Alive was a successful release.
Yeah. Let me look here. Some more comments. Oh, Kevin. Talking about Harmony Gold's.
Keep asking questions.
Okay. Talking about Harmony Gold's founder. Some questionable activities.
Wait, I saw this question. Please ask it.
You want me to ask it? Okay.
Do.
Okay. Nathan says, and again, I thank you all for your super chats. I'm just, don't shoot the messenger. Are you aware that Harmony Gold's founder is a convicted fraudster?
Nathan, this is an awesome question. I'm so glad you asked this because I'm going to answer this question.
Okay.
Yes. Let me set the stage so everyone knows what we're talking about. In 2014, Frank Agrama, the founder of Harmony Gold USA, and executive producer of the Robotech dub anime projects. This is from Anime Newsnet.
Mm-hmm.
This was on 2012, October 26, 2012. Anime News Network had an article, and this is what it says, quote, Frank Agrama, the founder of Harmony Gold USA, and executive producer of the Robotech dub anime project, was sentenced to 3 years in prison by a Milan court for tax fraud Friday, or other individuals, including former Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi. Berlusconi was sentenced to 4 years. Now, folks, people saw this and, oh my God, what's going on? Well, folks, Frank appealed the ruling. And in July 2014, it was announced that, and this is in Variety, on July 24, 2014, LA-based film and television TV production and distribution company Harmony Gold USA announced that its topper, U.S. producer Frank Agrama, has been acquitted of all charges in the so-called media trade in Italy, almost 9 years after the start of investigation. Now, Frank Agrama was acquitted of all charges on July 8, 2014. But folks, there's more to this story. See, in Italy, unlike the United States, there is double jeopardy. So even though all the defendants in the media trade case were acquitted in Milan, including Frank Agrama, the acquittals can be appealed by the state. The Italian prosecutor, in early 2016, appealed the lower court judgment seeking to overturn it. However, on March 17, 2016, the Milan Appellate Court, after a full and fair trial, confirmed the lower court's acquittal of Francodrama on all charges regarding this matter. Now that the Italian prosecutor has chosen not to file an appeal before the Italian Supreme Court, the appellate decision has become binding, and the decision acquitting Francodrama is now at last permanent. So to be clear, Francodrama was acquitted of all charges in this matter on July 8, 2014.
I did not expect an answer to that question. I'll be honest. I didn't even know any of this went down. But there you go. You got an answer. Look at that. Even the tough ones, even the tough questions. Genshi Fox. Yeah, Genshi Fox, thank you. You've got like infinite money. What the heck is going on? But thank you. Genshi Fox is feeling a bit low. More years of failed crowdfunding, movies that will never exist, and profiting from the work of Studio New and Artmake with no credit to the original. He's feeling low.
Well, first off, I'm sorry you feel low. I really am. But I don't think you should feel low. I think this is a good thing for all the parties. And I think, there's great opportunities moving forward. So, I have a saying, you oftentimes hear this: past performance is not indicative of future results. I think, a lot of people thought, 4 hours ago that the Robotech franchise is going to die. And they found out the exact opposite was occurring. So I just want to give you a sense of, I say that to help give everyone sort of a sense of what's going on, and that there's a lot going on that I'm not trying to sound I'm not trying to do that, but I just want to let you guys know that there's a lot going on, so that people aren't aware of. So remember, 4 hours ago at 5:20 p.m. Pacific time, everyone thought it's all over. It's just and now we're finding out, whoops, it's really different.
Nope, didn't happen. A reversal of fortune. God of Plague, thank you. Are they going to remake the Robotech DVDs? Do they still make DVDs? DVDs?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, they still remake DVDs, and I'm sorry. I just apologize. What do you mean by remake them?
Did they ever go out of print? Did you ever stop? Did they ever go out of print?
Lionsgate was the last distributor to have the Robotech DVD.
Okay.
So Lionsgate was the last distributor to have the Robotech DVD. They sold extremely, extremely well. Robotech is now on streaming, as you all know, Netflix, it's on Amazon. We're gonna there's some other streaming services that will be in the future. I'll let you know. So the thing is, though, with Robotech back on streaming, fans are starting asking questions of like, hey, where do I get the series back on DVD? Because we all have seen streaming platforms can drop a show, and the only way you can sort of keep it, like to make sure you always have it when you want it, is to have some sort of physical copy that you can control. So, I mean, now, I'm going to take this question and make a jump here. A lot of fans often ask, what about Robotech on Blu-ray? Let me answer this question. This is a good question to sort of segue into. The original now, everyone says, why is Robotech on Blu-ray? You have to understand the original 3 shows, Macross, Southern Cross, and Mosquito, are on 16 millimeter film. And you can now the technology exists to take 16 millimeter film and make it HD. The problem is, for Robotech, it's so expensive because the film reels aren't in good quality, and also Robotech has edits to it. So to make it match, you have to literally reconstruct the show from scratch, and that's going to be a lot of money. So we're trying to find a way to bring the cost down and make it so it's affordable to fans. Because in the United States and North America, it's not a collector's market. Fans want a large amount of content at an affordable price. Where like Japan is more of a collector's market, where it's like I can sell DVDs for high amounts of money and still recoup my costs. Just to give you an idea how difficult this is, Star Trek Next Generation, Paramount, to release the show in HD, had to spend $16 million to do it because they had to reconstruct all the visual effects shots because it was cut on video. There are no 35mm masters of the episode available. It cost Paramount $16 million to do. And that's on 35 with all these high-quality assets available. And Robotech's on 16. And
oh, my God.
So it's a much steeper hill to climb.
Okay, Keith Thomas, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Keith hit us up for a couple of super chats here. Kevin, what about an official Robotech pilot helm like the Star Wars Black Series helmets?
Would you like one? Let me see what our licenses can come up with.
And the body pillow, the Minmay body pillow seems pretty popular. I've seen many people comment about that. So that might be a winner. That might be a winner. Okay. Okay. So let's see what else we got here. What you're gonna actually answer some questions. Let's see. Macross. Macross. More Macross. Let me see here.
Ask the question.
Yeah. Okay. Steve Thompson says, and thank you. I didn't have to do that. Can you produce things for the Robotech RPG Tactics miniatures games that kickstarted for 1.5 million and went bankrupt after Wave 1? I love this game.
First off, thank you for supporting the Robotech RPG Tactics Kickstarter. Secondly, while the license has expired, would you guys like a new miniature game? Let me know in the comments or the chat.
Okay. So, let me see here. We're going. I had another one here. Okay. Oni Renja says, finish a project and I'll believe it. And Genshi Fox is not happy with this situation. I want Robotech to die. Stop screwing with Macross. So, I'm just reading them.
Well, we thank you for the feedback. No, I understand. We thank you for the feedback.
I'm reading them, man. I'm reading them. Okay, so what else do we got here? Miniature game. Okay. Let Minmay alone. All right. So, yeah, I mean, what do you expect? I guess, we talked about, Den of Geek did, they did an article. I'm sure you're going to get a lot of questions from a lot of other news outlets. Has anyone else reached out to you yet? I mean, is your phone blowing up yet, Kevin?
Well, I mean, there were several press outlets at the panel. So, I mean, we didn't say anything. We gave Den of Geek an exclusive.
Right. We
haven't said anything. I mean, we didn't say anything outside of that. So there were several press outlets at the panel that were there. So I guess they'll write up their articles and see. Once again, if you're a press outlet listening, you have questions, my email is Kev, K-E-V as in victory, at Robotech.com. If you're in the chat, you just want to say something, good or bad, Kev, K-E-V as in victory, Robotech.com.
Okay, so Optimus X1, answer a good question. The original SDF Macross has been released in remastered HD by Big West on Blu-ray. Since the remastered film in HD is already available, why can't you access the same masters?
Once again, I can't comment. That's something we don't ask me not to
on future type things. Okay, so
that's, on anything regarding that, it's a great question, but I am simply unable to comment at this time.
William asks,
it's a great question, by the way.
Leave Minmay alone. No body pillows. Actually, you know what? I think people would go for it. I think they would. I think there's probably a market for that.
I saw someone in the chat saying, I want a Leonard Comforter. Supreme Commander Leonard Comforter.
Okay, I want Scott Bernard's motorcycle. Somebody buy me that. Okay, so Kevin, after the live-action movie brings in capital, can we expect a remake of the 3 Robotech shows in the U.S. and a 4th show after Next Generation?
I'm sorry. Say the question. I heard after the 3 Robotech shows.
Okay, after the live-action movie brings in capital, can people expect a remake of the 3 Robotech shows and a 4th show continuing after Next Generation?
Well, we view the live-action film as a reimagining of the series.
Okay.
So that's how we view that.
Okay, so the live-action film will actually be based on what, the Macross arc?
Sony has the rights to all 85 episodes of Robotech, including some visual elements, so they can approach it from any direction they want to.
Okay, well, I was just trying to figure out like how, if
I can't give away spoilers about the script. Right. I just can't. I mean, that's a Sony mandate. Trust me. So that comes direct to Sony. Do not talk about the script at all ever without written authorization. And so that's all I can say. I can't give away spoilers yet.
Okay. Queen Nidus.
That's why I would give away spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, you mean you're not gonna leak the plot of the movie here on our little Clownfish TV live stream? How dare you withhold information from us? Okay. So Queen Nidus, if Robotech will try and make a comeback, please focus on story over mech designs, or at least improve and modernize the existing designs. Robotech has a potential with an older demographic in mind.
This is awesome. I'm so glad this person brought this up, because you're touching on something really, really important.
Okay.
Robotech, why is Robotech endured, and why is Robotech so popular? Because Robotech, it's not about how many robots that transform or spaceships that blow up. Mm-hmm. Robotech endures because it focuses on story, character. Frank Agrama has a great quote. He says, "I don't care how many ships you blow up or those robots that transform, tell me a good story, good characters. Character. Because when you tell a good story, good characters, then the audience will be wowed by all the visual effects and transforming robots and all that other stuff." And that's something, we're grateful to be working with Sony and our creative team. We really do seem to understand.
Yeah, Queen Nidus also goes on to say that the live-action movie better have a music idol. So, but yeah, I mean, it's one thing. Look, I'm not gonna throw shade at the Transformers movies, but I'm gonna throw shade at the Transformers movies, with the exception of the first one in Bumblebee. There wasn't a whole lot of characterization going on. There wasn't a whole lot of story. It was just giant robots beating the crap out of each other.
Like over the next 48 hours. Well, once again, I'm not going to comment on the Transformers franchise. I personally just don't think it's appropriate.
Oh no! I'm giving my personal opinion as a lifelong Transformers fan. I guess I wanted those robots to have the personality that they had in the cartoon, that I came to expect that they would be themselves. So I can understand people being concerned about the story and the characters being themselves.
Right. But I think with Robotech, getting back to some of the original point here, is that we want to, we understand, if I say Roy, Dana, Rick, Lisa, Scott, Rand, Lunk, the Regis, Zor, Angelo, Leonard, I just read off a list of names. But all the fans in the chat and listening online, they all knew exactly what I was talking about, because those are strong, vibrant characters. And that's what makes Robotech endure so much. I mean, that's really key. People care about the characters, and that's why they keep tuning in, and that's why they still want more Robotech to this day.
Right. Okay, so Genshi Fox. He's not happy. You don't have. He said, "You're never going to get my money. You held Macross and its fans hostage for 30 years. Shame on you, Kevin. You held Macross hostage." I'm just passing him along.
Well, Denchi, you know what? If you were here, I would give you a prize out of the Robotech mystery box. We're asking all these great questions.
Okay.
So I just want to let you know, and Denchi, I appreciate your feedback. I really do.
Queen Nidus, speaking of Transformers, if they're using the VF1 designs for live action, please do not make them look like Transformers or the LA Power Rangers, the live action Power Rangers. Well, that's the thing too, because Jetfire's been redesigned in Transformers after G1, because obviously Jetfire is a Valkyrie, right?
Well, I don't want to get too far into that right now. But
yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother.
Let's just stay away from that rabbit hole.
Okay. Kato Yojimbo, Lisa Hayes and Rick Hunter are whitewashed characters. Okay. Oni Renja, I still want a Ben Dixon Spotlight series.
You're gonna get an action figure starting this summer, so we've got to start somewhere.
Okay. Okay. No, I mean pay clown. Wait, Nitwit says pay Clownfish TV money to ask Kevin your question. Well, no, I'm trying to actually ask questions from people who aren't super chatting as well, because I don't want people to feel like, well, you got to pay to play. That's not, we appreciate the super chats, but I'm trying to find questions in here too, and there are a lot of people who just want to ask questions. Yeah, Neon just wanted an excuse to throw shade at Michael Bay. Hey, I completely admit it. Transformers, man, that's my jam. So yeah, Cesario brings up a good point. Robotech on social media was pretty much non-existent before the panel today. It was just like, blew up.
Yeah, it did. I mean, but just so you know, Robotech's gotten actually much more traction on social media since when we started about 8 or 9 years ago. And whenever we do a panel, whether it be San Diego or Anime Expo or City Comic Con or New York Comic Con or Shanghai Comic Con, it kind of goes in bursts, because we're talking and there's a lot of people there. We encourage people to tweet it, and we talk about social media. So I mean, there's quite a lot of interest. I think we just dropped a huge news story tonight, and that's what you're seeing the reaction to. I just while you were talking, I got a text from a friend in China through the WeChat app. He said, the Macross fans are exploding. I mean, it's exploding even in China right now. So I mean,
right.
This is big news, because this is, a lot of people have been following, so I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm getting a sense now that I'm online able to see this. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you get in line and say it, Kevin. Let's try to bring this around here and wrap this up. Since we're getting kind of close here, do you got some final thoughts on where things go forward? Some final thoughts, for the fans.
Well, first off, I want to take a moment to thank you, Geeky, and of course every fan, every listener in the chat, whether they support us, whether they're critical of us. I want to thank you all for coming tonight, and for those listening on delay on YouTube, thank you all for listening. I really appreciate it. It means a lot, because it shows that Robotech is so strong and vibrant.
And before you get there, Cesario wanted to say, Kevin, as PR person, do you think Harmony Gold should do anything to placate Macross fans? Well, again, you're thank everyone, and it seems like you guys are very aware of the situation.
Folks, I think if you're a Macross fan, over the next couple of months, you're going to start seeing some really cool merchandise that I think you're really gonna like. And I think you're going to start seeing, this is some pretty good stuff. And all I ask is just keep an open mind, okay? Because there's a lot going on. As you found out today, there's a lot going on, and just keep an open mind. And we appreciate your feedback. So I mean, moving forward, folks, we've got a renewal. We're all very excited. Our licenses are very excited. Our fans are very excited. I mean, fans came up to me and said, wow, I just never expected that. And I think you're going to start seeing a lot of great new stuff. You've seen some great new stuff, have some great new stuff in the pipeline. And now with our renewal, you're going to see a lot more interesting, really cool Robotech stuff. And we also just want to thank you all for your support. We wouldn't be here 34 years after a cartoon aired in first run syndication, still talking about it. Still talking it through earthquakes and fire alarms, and at Anime,
earthquakes and fire alarms.
It's like earthquakes and fire alarms. It's still talking about it, still having fans text us and say, ask questions and saying, hey, what's going on? So that says to me, Robotech is vibrant. It's vibrant because of you, the fans, and that we appreciate and I look forward to going out to more conventions. We're going to be announcing some more later this year and meeting you all. Even if you're critical, come on up and say hello. And I know you guys are somewhat frustrated because we couldn't answer some of your questions, but I appreciate you asking them. I am listening. I'm going to go back to my people and say, look, here's what they said. Here's what they wanted to know. So once again, thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for feedback, whether positive or negative. It's really appreciative, and we really enjoy it. And we look forward. I look forward personally, and Harmony Gold looks forward to talking to you all and showing some great new stuff. As Carl Masek said, the best is yet.
Awesome. Well, let me just throw out a couple here. So we have a couple more super chats real quick, and then we'll wrap this up here, Kevin. And I know you probably can't answer a lot of this, but if a fourth animated show comes as a sequel to Next Generation, would it be an adaptation of another anime or completely original?
Wow. I'm going to refrain from commenting at this.
Okay, I figured. Talbot links Macross robot plane plushies do it. That and the min-made body pillow. Thank you.
They Macross robot plushie planes.
Oh, they do?
Konami did, but they sold out. Yes, they sold out. But when we showed them, fans loved them. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you want more plushies? Let me know.
Okay. Jason Stevens.
Email me if you want.
Yeah, email Kevin. Let him know what you're looking for, guys. Brushable hair. Geeky says brushable hair. I want robots with brushable hair, right? And missile tits. That's what we want, but that's a different franchise completely. Anyway, Jason Stevens, thank you for the super chat. Genshi Fox hopes Harmony Gold fails. Hopefully you can convert. Genshi Fox there, Kevin. He's gonna be a
thank
tough
you,
sell.
Genshi Fox, for your.
He's going to be a tough sell. Okay, so I think we're going to wrap this one up. Guys, I really, really appreciate you guys coming in. And, you had some tough questions, I think, but I think, Kevin's answering what he can answer. And we definitely appreciate his time. And, I mean, geez, the dude sat through an earthquake. So he sat through an earthquake.
I just want to know what that fire alarm was.
Yeah, I'd like to know what that was, too. That sounds crazy, but hopefully everything's okay. I actually did, while we were doing the stream, got a DM from another friend of ours in LA. He was like, "Hey, we had an earthquake." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. We got yeah." So all right, guys, are you ready to sign off, Kevin?
Yes, I'm ready to sign off. And once again, I want to thank everyone, whether positive or negative, for giving the feedback. I really appreciate it. I've learned a lot. I hope you've learned a lot. There's a lot more we're going to be showing over the next years to come. We're looking for things all the time. I really appreciate it.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Kevin. Thank you so much for all of you in the chat. Thank you for the super chats, all the comments, good, bad, indifferent, and that idea of that min-made body pillow, because I think that's going to be a thing. I think it's going to be a thing. So, okay, guys, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We do cover a lot of other anime and animation news, as well as pop culture news. And, we definitely could use the support, and we really appreciate it. So thank you, everybody. We're going to call it a night. Okay, goodbye.